final a couple of weeks back in August, beginning of August there. Gaelic football, one of the national games. We have two national games, Gaelic football and hurling. Hurling is played with a ball we call a slitter and a stick we call a hurl. And when you hit the ball with the stick, the ball can travel about 220 miles an hour or thereabouts. How you doing, Mikey? 20 miles an hour. When you get hit with a ball at 220 miles an hour, it's bloody sore, I have to say. Gaelic football, alright. Gaelic football is played by real men, not like soccer. Gaelic football, you can pick the ball up off the ground, run with the ball in your hands, kick it out of your hands. When you're running for the ball, give your opponent a little push with your shoulder, so on and so forth. If you get a chance to check the games out on YouTube, it is Gaelic football, G-A-E-L-I-C football, and hurling, H-U-R-L-I-N-G. You can check them out on YouTube. The game of hurling, in fact, is the fastest field sport in the world, just to let you know. Do check it out on YouTube. Now, I just had the man on from the horses on the phone in Killarney, and what we're going to do is we're going to do Torc Waterfall second. We're going to do it when we're leaving Killarney rather than do it before, when we do the horses first, do the Killarney first. So when we get into Killarney, guys, we're going to stop for 2 hours. And those of you who want to go into the national park on the horse and carts, he'll be there waiting for us, and we should be there in the next half an hour or so, or thereabouts. Okay. Now there is an ATM machine just across the way from where he sets off into the national park there, where where you will pick us up. Okay. So anybody needs to get an ATM, there's one just across the street, in fact. Now it's €16 per person, just to let you know, alright?
Is it cash only?
Yeah, he only takes cash, but there is an ATM card machine just across the way, alright? Just across the street. This is Kerry. They don't have any banks down here in Kerry, you know that? They're too far from the city, too far from Dublin. As I said earlier on, guys, we have a very green island. Agriculture is the biggest industry on the island of Ireland. Beef farming, sheep farming, pig farming, the cultivation of crops. As we said already, the crops the farmers grow: grain crops, wheat, barley, oats and corn. Vegetable crops: peas, onions, carrots, potatoes, broccoli, cabbage, turnips, parsnips, things like that. This country is pretty much self-sufficient regarding food. Pork and bacon, we export a lot of pork and bacon, as well as eat a lot of pork and bacon ourselves. Same with beef, or should I say the same with lamb and mutton. Again, we export a lot of lamb and mutton. We also eat a lot of lamb and mutton. There's Kerry Airport there, Ryan airplane. Can nearly touch it. Small little provincial airport. Beef farming, huge industry. My parents, they were beef farmers. We sold up the farm about 26 years ago, thereabouts. And they were producing beef all of their lives, as well as my grandparents on my dad's side. But beef, we export a lot of beef. Places like Canada, the USA, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Argentina, China, Russia, right across the Middle East, right across Europe. And that's where we export our beef to from this country. 90% of beef is actually exported out of this country. 90% of what we produce is exported. Again, dairy for produce, Irish cheese and Irish butter, again, huge exports. You've probably been at home in your hometowns and cities, guys, of your own countries. You've probably come across Irish cheese and Irish butter, would I be right?
Just cheese.
Gold butter. Again, Kerrygold, the biggest dairy export we have. not too far from Killarney, guys. We should be there in the next 15-20 minutes, alright? The kids playing the ball here, the game on the left of us, that's Gaelic football. That's one of our national games here, guys. A little bit different to soccer, where they can pick the ball up off the ground and run with the ball and so on and so forth. As I said, it's played by real. So guys, we're just coming into the middle of Killarney, and these are the Javies here just in front of us. That's the horseman. So he just has got back around, parked in front of the hotel behind us, and we'll all be good. I have to say, the village of Killarney, the little town of Killarney, absolutely mental with traffic. If we'd have been here an hour ago, it would have been a little bit different. Up here, guys, we're going to be parking here for 2 hours. Okay, we're going to be 2 hours here. All right. So where I drop you off is where I'm going to pick you up again. All right. Now, if there is somebody else parked in where I'm going to park now, if there is somebody else, I will park as closely as possible to where I drop you out. Okay.